Okay, day 43, and it's part 8, and this is a real late night edition. But I'm going to call this Mr. Foe's Runny Soup Leaks. Mr. Foe's Runny Soup Leaks, or Friend or Foe. I was thinking either I'll call this Friend or Foe, PHO, or Mr. Foe's Runny Soup Leaks. But this just goes to show you the power of putting out working theory, and then people come back and they either say, sweet tea, why are you mentioning sweet tea, sweet tea, sweet tea? Why are you repeating sweet tea? What sweet tea got to do with anything? Reality winner was at sweet tea. So what? And there's good challenges there. And I just think, this author, the guy who did this article, linked those two things together. He linked together Mr. Foe's Runny Soup Leaks with Reality Winner and Sweet Tea, the Georgia Cryptography Center. The Georgia Cryptography Center is the one that was built in 2012 to handle CENTCOM traffic. So let's say these are the three different cryptology centers. There's a whole bunch more. There's one in Hawaii where Snowden worked at. There's one in Fort Meade near me here, and then there's one in down in Georgia at this Fort Gordon Georgia Cryptology Center. Well, what they did is they took it and they broke off the traffic here, and for signal intercept, they intercept these signals from CENTCOM. This is the UAE. This is Pakistan. And also AFRICOM. This is, all the area where our mining is, Boko Haram and Niger and all that sort of thing. So all that stuff, all these stories that emanate from signals intercepted over there are coming out of this Georgia thing. Now, these guys, let's just call them Navy boys, BOYZ. And what I mean there is kind of like this retired Navy. This is the military industrial complex, whatever. But these are what we think of as deep state or whatever. But I'm going to call them the Navy boys, BOYZ. Sort of like the John McCain and McCain's dad and McCain's grandfather, that type of thing. The Navy boys. And the Navy boys, if you were smart and you were, I'm not saying the Navy knowingly knows that drugs are coming one way and guns are going the other, but they did look the other way. They're like the common carrier. I don't really want to know what you're shipping. So the Imran Awan is who's doing the containers and what goes in the containers. These guys are just saying how many containers. Here's the bill. Okay, but these Navy boys, you'd be smart to take all that kind of traffic, that Awan container traffic, and make it go through this Georgia center, this Georgia communications center. That's where you have your reality winner. You could then cut off all the communication and just say, this is a nothing burger, that's a nothing burger, oh yeah, another nothing burger, oh, there's another nothing burger. Here's Imran communicating in Sialkot, nothing burger. Here's him in Faisalabad, nothing burger. Oh, here he is over in Nakina Sana, his hometown. He's recruiting a bunch of boys for a soccer team. That's a nothing burger. Oh, here he is over in Lahore at the Nanoset tech show. That's a nothing burger. Here he is down at the customs house in Karachi, talking on his BlackBerry again. That's a nothing burger. Oh, here he is over at the Port of Qasim checking the video camera for all the radiation testing. Oh, that's a nothing burger. Oh, well, how about all the UAE shipping traffic? Well, the Urenco shipments going on the Maersk. Oh, that's a nothing burger. And so you have this center which basically takes all this traffic of our key players and just hits it with a nothing burger stamp. Okay? And if anybody does come to the White House, comes up and sees Devin Nunes and says, hey, all this traffic is actually Imran Awan. This story that's going around Washington right now? That's actually him and his, about 20 or 30 of his secure Blackberries. You do know that, right? And so what you do is you just put a reality winner in there, and then you crush the two whistleblowers, which is exactly what I think you would do. And you would investigate them with DHS, and you would use the case management system at DHS to find out about them, and then you would crush these people. And if you hack the case management system, if you're Imran Awan and you hack the case management system, you could crush whistleblowers all day long. And so that's what really I think working theory does. Now that's a lot of speculation, but here I talk about the Navy boys in that little theory that I just gave right there, and I talk about how this Mr. Foe now. I didn't know Foe. Oh, it's going to be pronounced Fa. I'm going to keep pronouncing it Foe because it's more fun. It's called Faux Noodle Soup. That's going to be my new imagery for leaks. leaks, especially leaks about duck soup type operations. This is the using of opiates to target U.S. soldiers, and that's duck soup was heroin for U.S. soldiers in the DMZ, 1968. So I'm going to keep that duck soup model going because pho is Vietnamese, and who knows how long? Who knows how long pho has been giving duck soup, I mean noodle soup, to the enemy? Who knows how long? We don't know that. Now, of course, they're going to say he's a doddering old man and so forth, but we don't know that. That could be just the way of getting these codes, these access codes, out of Fort Meade. Oops, I did it again. We don't know how long that lasted. Now, for me, again, more working theory, but this just looks like Mattis. This looks like Mattis cleaning up Fort Meade, and the next thing after he cleans up Fort Meade, I think the next thing he's going to do is clean up the Georgia Center. And Devin Nunes isn't dumb. He realizes that these people came from this center too. They went to the Eisenhower building. So that's what I think is happening. I think Mattis is cleaning up the home base. He's going to go up and clean out the Colorado Cryptography Center, I believe. He's going to do Hawaii. I think there's one in Texas, and the Texas Cryptography Center, the Colorado Cryptography Center. I don't know where those are located yet. I know the Hawaii one, I thought, was at Diamond Head. As a matter of fact, I talked to somebody who worked there. So anyway, I just think this is what I love about these. I met somebody in the Associated Press just the other day. They said John Solomon doesn't work there anymore. He works at the Hill, and I thought I knew that, but anyway, I wanted to mention that and correct that. But it's just one good article about national security here by a good reporter from the AP. I don't know who did it. Then sometimes the AP hits a story that somebody writes in one of the journals, the national security journals, and then they'll pick it up. The AP picks it up. But whoever the editor is over there, good job, because it really gives you an insight into what a cleanup Operation Cleanup, clean the duck soup and clean the faux noodle soup off the floor here at NSA in Fort Meade, right by me here, and then maybe also the Georgia Community Center to make sure that the reality winners aren't stuffing stuff in their pantyhose. I doubt very seriously that she stuffed it in her pantyhose. I doubt very seriously. I think there's probably just a cover. It's a nice imagery, but I think there's actually two real whistleblowers. I must stay with that story that came to the Eisenhower building. I might have got the center wrong. I thought it was Huntsville. I thought it was Redstone Arsenal. But while I'm looking at it now, it may have been Sweet Tea.